Well, welcome everyone. And hi, it's John Dupuy again, CEO of iAwake Technologies. And I know every interview says it, but this is a really special interview for me. And I'm so excited to have Judith Pennington here with us and to announce our collaboration and incredible guided meditations that she's come up with. And I'm so excited. I've been using them a lot myself. And I'm excited to be able to share them with you finally. So this is great. But let me read a little intro here to Judith so you'll know, get some idea of who we're dealing with here. So Judith Pennington is a world authority on EEG-led meditation and the founder of the Institute for the Awakened Mind, an international consortium of certified practitioners using the mind mirror, oh gosh, help me out here, Judith.
Electroencephalograph.
Electroencephalograph to guide people into deep, profound meditation states. She's the author of 2 books and 7 meditation albums. Known for her warmth, sensitivity, inclusiveness, ease of communication, and musicality, Judith trains practitioners in the US and abroad while co-developing the Mind Mirror and the Mind Mirror Portal, a global consciousness network. A harpist, guitarist, improvisational singer, she uses resonating beauty and power of the breath, voice, and sound to guide people into relaxed and higher states of awareness during workshops and on her meditation CDs. And there you have it. And this is not our first rodeo. Judith, we have worked together on other projects. And one time they hooked me up to the Mind Mirror, and I was listening to, I think it was Deep Delta, and just watching what was going through the brain. Is very, very sophisticated technology, and it just covers a lot. So I could go on and on, but tell us about the 2 new tracks that we're releasing. These are guided meditations by our beautiful friend and creator, Elise Spusta. And the first one is called Expansion of the Self. And the second one is Gathering Healing Energy. And like I said, I'm really up on this stuff because ever since I got it, I've been using it almost on a daily basis. And it's just some of the best stuff that I've ever experienced as far as meditational tools. So tell us about it, Judith.
Well, it's wonderful to hear that you're really enjoying it, John. These meditations are the absolute best written by Anna Wise, who was a world authority on EEG and the awakened mind before she passed away in 2010.
Yes,
and I picked up the baton. Yes, and there's a ton of research done in 40 years of time on the meditation styles that she developed in conjunction with her teacher, C. Maxwell Cade, British biophysicist who invented the mind mirror EEG. And through all those years of studies, they found that there are certain ways to help people go down and in and out. And so these meditations contain those structures. Anna used them for literally 30 years at Esalen Institute to take people to higher states of consciousness. So they are time-proven, time-tested, EEG tested, and known to produce these states. And we're very excited to have your brainwave technology boost their power. So when you add what she was doing and what she wrote and what she was leading at Esalen and otherwise to your beat frequencies, you just have an absolute powerhouse here.
Oh, and I might add your voice. You're really, really good. I don't know if it took you a long time to do that or you just kind of sat there and recorded it, but it's near perfection. And people say I have a good voice, and I've done guided meditation recording, but man, this is really, really good. Just with your voice without anything else would be very powerful. So,
well, I appreciate your saying that, John. Of course, Anna taught other people to lead meditations the way that she did. There's an art and a science to it. The voice is used as a brainwave entrainment technology. But it's also true that Anna was able to guide meditations from a viewpoint in which she is inside someone's head and their heart and understanding how fast and how slowly the mind moves and what's needed. And I somehow have that instinct as well. Partly, I think, because of being a singer, that
Yes.
gives you a certain sense of rhythm and sensitivity and modulation, things like that. But yeah, I hope that everything that we have learned all these years through EEG monitoring and teaching people to go into these higher states all works perfectly for your listeners. And I'm 100% certain that it will.
Well, yeah, oh, I'm 110%. I know that's not possible, but yeah, these are just extraordinary. And the first one is called Expansion of the Self. And I have to read it because we just named it. So I've been listening to the tracks without the new name. But tell us about that track and what's going on and what can people expect.
Well, that track is a perfect starting place for that series, the one that follows it and the one you're going to release later on. Because what it does is help people move from the personal self into a transcendent self, a transcendent awareness. And when that occurs, what's created is coherence in the brain and homeostasis in the body. You're literally shifting to a much more advanced state of consciousness that is more ordered and balanced and coherent, especially coherent being really a governing principle for the meditation itself and for what you've added to it. And whole, there's a wholeness. You're connecting with a field of awareness. You can call it whatever you want. I call it a quantum field of energy and information. And that field itself has a signature of wholeness and coherence. And so you're shifting from the small to the great in both of these meditations, both
Small to
expansion
the great
and gathering.
and back again.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
and I mean, it's a beautiful example of integral spirituality because it honors the higher self, big consciousness, big mind, if you will, God, however you want to say that, but also the sacredness of our individuality and these little people that we are as we work
Yes.
ourselves and grow, hopefully.
And you know, it's easy for us to talk about these concepts. And people who are very long-term meditators and or have the use of your technology may trip into these states almost by accident. You can call it spontaneous illumination or whatever you want to call it. But what these meditations offer is the benefit of Anna Wise's having been into these places herself as a master and a master teacher. And she uses the most incredibly eloquent language that I've ever seen in any meditation, anywhere, anytime. I mean, she is right there in your consciousness with you and using words that resonate with your inner being and just absolutely assume that you can lift up and lift out, and you do without almost without fail. I've seen people go to cosmic consciousness at Esalen many, many times with these meditations and have profound experiences of mystical union and spiritual ecstasy, and for the first time an awareness of their energy body, and always emerging from there coherent than they were to begin with.
Yeah, Anna is just a really important figure, as you are in this field. And if I see far, it's because I'm standing on your shoulders, and I include you in that. Your the work that you've done over and Anna Wise's book, The Awakening Mind, has been really important volume for me and very important in the development of iAwake technologies and what we do here.
We have a lovely resonance between us, don't we?
Yeah, amen. You sure do. And tell us about the second one. And like, there's going to be another volume released down the road, but we wanted to not throw too much at you once because both of these tracks by themselves are standalone. They're just brilliant. And it's called Gathering Healing Energy.
Yes, that was extremely powerful because it builds on the expansion track. And so in the expansion track, it starts out with a lengthy progressive relaxation that helps you set what's called a landmark. The landmark is a felt sense of awareness. You can formulate that landmark as a sound, a voice, a word, an image, a symbol, a concept, or a body sensation. But the fact is that when you have a landmark for a felt landmark for a state of being, you're able to easily re-access that state.
Right.
And so you will get the landmark for very, very deep relaxation and for what it feels like to rise up into your higher self and be connected with your ordinary self that you can use when in the beginning of gathering the healing energy, it says, access your landmarks for meditation. So then you have an opportunity to recreate, to remember what it felt like to be deeply relaxed and extremely expanded at the same time. You use that landmark. And then, you know, there are other meditation instructions. So if you can't remember your landmark, no worries. But once you re-access at least relaxation, if not a higher state, then Anna takes you down into your own energy system, your own subtle energies. And again, assuming that you know where that place is, and of course everyone does. Most people need to be guided to it, because if you tell the man on the street, you know, arouse your kundalini, well, ha, you know, it's not going to happen. Most of the time, if you tell the man on the street to relax, they don't know what that feels like. But these meditations will take you so deep down, and so will your audio technology, that you just slip into that state of awareness. You access that inner peace and kindness and wisdom inside yourself, and you just feel the energies of it and you arouse it. And at one point in that meditation, she says, let the heart and the brain come together. And you just do it. You realize, oh, of course, I'm connecting everything up. And then those energies arise, and then you're asked to either apply them to yourself, to something that needs healing, or hands-on healing of someone else, or you know, you can do distant healing. So these two, both as awakeners of the, as you say, at higher self. Some people don't like that terminology, but we can just say a point of connection with the quantum field. Both of them.
It's nice, kind of cold, but nice.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I love words like love and spirituality, you know, but it just doesn't resonate for some people. But the point is that in both cases, as you arise, you're connecting with a field of energy that regenerates the body, regenerates the mind. It shifts the mind into creative flow, and the heart opens. And very often images arise that can become your landmarks for these states. But the thing is, once the brain knows how to get to this place and understands through the guided meditations how it got there, because that's what the guidance is, really your landmark as well, the verbal guidance, then the brain can get there again. So it is truly a powerful awakening to first expand into a greater part of yourself, and then to arouse those energies inside yourself, and then to feel your resonance with that field. All sorts of possibilities arise then. Higher level of awareness is the main thing, but its governing principle is coherence. And
yeah, I think this is very good if you're struggling with trauma, grief, loss. I started working with these tracks right after I lost my beloved dog Lucy, whom I got 12 blessed years to be with, and she got cancer and she died. And we had to put her down, and it was the best death a dog could have had. She was surrounded by the people who loved her in the front yard that she loved, and it was. But anyway, I came to this with a really grieving, broken heart, and I'm still there, but it's helped me so much, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Judith.
I'm so happy for that, John, because rising up into that higher self is what puts everything in perspective. And then suddenly you say, oh, of course, she's eternal. My dog is eternal. My dog is ever present. We're all just flowing waves of energy, and we're connected as long as we're aware of our connection. So you come back out of that awareness, and you go back into the little self, and the little self says, but I'm lonely. And the higher self then says, wait, I remember. Brain says, wait, I remember the way. And you get up there, and that's where she is.
Beautifully said. Thank you. Well, okay. I think that's a great introduction to this. I'm so excited for you if you're just discovering this. And yeah, get busy. I think this will be just a breakthrough tool to use in your journey of waking up and growing up and cleaning up and showing up and all these things that we're called to do, to be the people that we were born to be and that the world needs right now. So Judith, I've admired and loved your work for many years, and to be able to collaborate with this project has been a great honor, and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Same here, John. Of course, I've admired and appreciated iAwake for many years, and it's an absolute joy for the Institute for the Awakened Mind, the Mind Mirror Portal, all of these to connect with you more closely, that we may share this coherent field of energy and do good things for ourselves and other people. Thank you.